Now I'm going to model these problems. I want you guys to first focus on the number that they've written already, like the 30 10,000s, the 40 hundreds, the 50 hundred millions, the 200 thousands. And I want you to write that up top as like groups of. So we're using multiplication. This 30 10,000s is going to be 30 groups of 10,000. And the trick we kind of learned is 30 times 10,000 is like the number 30 with 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros at the end of it. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros at the end of it. We don't need that little comma there. The next thing that I've been recommending you guys do is underline the digit they want you to focus on. So they want to know how many tens. I'm going to underline the digit in my tens place, which would be this one right here. I then say box it up and everything else in front of it, and that's going to be your answer. In my box, I can see there's 30,000. So I would write for my final answer 30,000 tens. Let's do another example. 40 hundreds is 40 groups of 100. So that's like 40 with 1, 2 zeros at the end of it. 1, 2. I now look at my number in the ones place and I underline it. I box it up with everything else in front of it, and whatever I have in my box is my answer. So that would be 4,000 ones. Next, blank millions is 50 hundred millions. 50 hundred millions, that's a lot. So 50 groups of 100 million is like 50 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I want to know how many millions is that. All right, that's the ones place, tens place, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions right there. So I'm going to underline that 0. Box it up with everything in front of it, and that would be 5,000 millions. I'm going to be going over a few examples of how to solve these problems, which you're going to see on your homework. The first thing that I would do is I would read the question. It says, the 4 in the thousands place is blank the value of the 4 in the millions place. So identify the 4 in the thousands place is this 4 right here. So I always put a 1 there because that's the first number they talked about. The 4 in the millions place, that's the millions, would be a 2 because that's the second number they talk about. Then I ask myself the question, which is larger? The first number we were talking about, the first 4, or the second 4? Because this 1 is to the right of this 2, I know this 4 is smaller. It's going to be a fraction. Now I need to know how much smaller is it. Well, because we're in a base 10 number system and every place value we either multiply or divide by 10, we're going to start here and we're going to go, this is 1/10, 100th, 1,000th the value. So I would write 1 over 1,000. Let's try another problem. The 2 in the 100,000s place is blank the value of the 2 in the hundredths place. So I'll put a 1 under the 2 in the 100,000s place and a 2 under the 2 in the hundredths place. Then I'm going to ask myself, is the 1 larger or smaller, the first 2 we're talking about, and I see that this 1 is larger. Now we need to figure out how much larger. So we're going to go 10 times larger, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million, 10 million. Wow, that's a lot. So we would say it's 10 million times the value of the 2 in the hundredths. Let's do a few more and then we'll call it a day on this. The 7 in the ones place is blank the value of the digit in the 7 in the thousands place. So let me write my 1 under the first one they talked about and a 2 under the second one. And I would ask, is 1 larger or smaller? In this case, the 1 is smaller. How much? 1/10, 100th, 1,000th. And finally, the 3 in the ones place is blank the value of the 3 in the hundredths. Since the 1 is larger, I know it's not going to be a fraction. It's 10 times 100 times the value of the 3 in the hundredths place.